The British Columbia Institute of Technology acknowledges that our campuses are located on the unceded traditional territories of the Coast Salish nations of Musqueam, Squamish, and Tsleil-Waututh.
Hello and welcome back to your morning cast to 10:30. My name is Grace Chen. Here is what is making news this morning. Many residents in British Columbia are struggling to find a place to rent that is close to where they work. As a way to combat this issue, BC Builds is a new program that helps British Columbians access affordable housing. Reporter Alessio Cusano speaks to an executive who elaborates on the value of this program.
BC Builds was created to reduce the time it takes to build new homes. The program also helps overcome the costs of land, construction, and high interest rates. BC Builds executive Lisa Helps explains the support BC Builds gives to those in need.
Our mandate is to deliver housing in partnership with landowners who see the need for housing in their communities and need a little bit of extra support through BC Builds to make it happen.
BC Builds plans to build thousands of new homes by 2027 by supporting community landowners all over British Columbia. Alessio Cusano, BCIT's The Crow.
The Surrey RCMP, Tyner Gillies, is asking the public to help locate a missing elderly female. Last night, Margaret Bowers went missing at about 4 p.m. near a gas station in Coquitlam, near Austin Avenue and Blue Mountain Street. She is unable to be reached since. She is described as a 76-year-old Indigenous female, 5'2" tall, with black hair and brown eyes. Anyone who finds her is asked to stay with her and to call the police. Weather disasters are occurring in the East Kootenays as wildfires ablaze in the area. The BC Wildfire Services, however, say that the upcoming rain, light winds, and cooler temperatures this week will help decrease the fires around the province. A situational report Tuesday shows a cold front sweeping across the Kamloops and Southeast fire centers, bringing shifting winds and potential thunderstorms as temperatures decrease. The Harris-Trump debate will become a landmark event for the 2024 election. In just hours today, U.S. Vice President Kamala Harris and former President Donald Trump will face off in the debate in Philadelphia, ahead of the November election for the White House. Watch parties across the country are being broadcasted.
Vice President Harris's campaign says it's hosting more than 1,300 debate watch parties across the country tonight, and running mate Governor Tim Walz will speak at one in Phoenix, Arizona. The watch parties will happen in all 50 states, including more than 100 planned on college campuses. The campaign says the events will be an opportunity for volunteers to make calls to battleground state voters and share debate content on digital platforms. Karen Travers, ABC News, Washington.
After a 26-year-old American-Turkish woman was killed demonstrating in the West Bank, the U.S. Secretary of State Antony Blinken advocates for changes to be made with Israel's security forces.
No one should be shot and killed for attending a protest. No one should have to put their life at risk just for freely expressing their views. In our judgment, Israeli security forces need to make some fundamental changes in the way that they operate in the West Bank, including changes to their rules of engagement.
Overnight, officials say that over 140 Ukrainian drones targeted Russian regions such as Moscow and its surrounding areas. The attacks killed 1 woman and injured 8. The strikes made authorities temporarily shut down 3 airports around Moscow.
Ukraine has been repeatedly hitting Russia, trying to bring the war home to the Kremlin and to the Russian people, who've been largely insulated from its invasion of Ukraine. Meanwhile, U.S. Secretary of State Antony Blinken has confirmed that he plans to visit the Ukrainian capital here in Kyiv, together with the British Foreign Secretary.
This morning in Vancouver is a mix of sun and cloud. This condition is expected to continue on throughout the afternoon. It is currently 16 degrees Celsius. That is all for your morning cast to 10:30. My name is Grace Chen from BCIT's The Crow. See you next time.
Stay tuned for more on BCIT's 1680 The Crow.
Everything is changing to digital. Everything is online. People aren't just waiting for the 6 o'clock news anymore. People want their news right now. They want to be able to go onto their smartphone, onto the internet, and see the news that they want to see.
Vancouver is growing at, a really rapid rate, the Lower Mainland even, and with the tools that we're given here, we're able to cover all of that.
Welcome to BCIT Magazine. I'm Radhika Sikki-King.
In the program, they really leave it up to you. I mean, the help is there when you need it, figuring out how to use the programs like Premiere, Audition, and figuring out how to use the cameras. But it's up to you to sort of experiment and figure out what you can do when you go out in the field.
They brought candles and flowers to remember the student who lost her life yesterday.
Teresa May says the international community condemns Moscow.
They really make sure that you know the basics and you are able to put out a quality product.
I'm Brady Tretanero.
And I'm Radhika Sikki-King. Thank you for tuning in to BCIT Magazine.